Hey everyone, welcome back to Meet the Experts. I'm Mariella Pepin, your host, and I am with...
I am Ashley Powers, and I am a licensed esthetician for the last 15 years. I'm also the director of aesthetics development for all Spa Derma locations.
Today we're talking about something that was really confusing to me. I don't quite understand the difference between retinol, retinoid, retinal with an A. That's different, right? Okay,
Yeah.
Help us break it down.
Yeah, I mean, they all sound the same, right?
Yeah.
And it's because at the end of the day, they kind of all are. It all just kind of comes down to potency.
Okay.
So all forms of retinoids. So like retinoids is like the general category where retinols, retinals, retin-A all fit into. So retinoid is the category, right? They're all forms of vitamin A.
Okay.
And vitamin A is like the gold standard for anti-aging. It's the gold standard for correcting of lines, wrinkles, acne, pigment, like you name it.
All of the things.
It does all the things that we want it to do. So the very first form of it was Retin-A, and that's going to be your pure retinoic acid, and that's your prescription strength. So that's your tretinoin. That is the stuff that you are going to get prescribed to you by your dermatologist.
Okay.
It's the most potent. It is going to cause the biggest change to your skin. But with that sometimes comes a little bit of what we call a retinoid reaction. And so that's going to be like the dry skin, redness, patchiness, flaking, irritation, right? All of those things are going to be coming from a retinoic acid. So a lot of people don't like to use it. And so that's where these other derivatives kind of come into play. So retinol is going to be your over-the-counter retinoid, right? So the stuff that you're going to buy at Sephora, the stuff that you get at your pharmacy, even some of the stuff that we have on our shelves today is a retinol. It's because it's just the easiest to use. You don't have as many irritations or reactions to it. It gives you the results without the downtime, essentially. And with that, unfortunately, comes a little less potency, which means it's going to take longer. And so some people get impatient. And so then there's Retinal, which is just a little bit more aggressive than Retinol. But at the end of the day, they're all vitamin A. So they're all going to be able to deliver on texture improvement, which is going to be your lines and your wrinkles, your pore size, your pigment, your acne. It just depends on the severity, and the severity warrants the dose.
Okay, got it. So it's literally just the concentration of vitamin A that's in the product.
You got it.
Okay, love this. Okay, wait, can we rewind and do the hierarchy over again? So it's retinoids is like the category itself, and then the highest concentration is a retin-A.
Correct, which is the retinoic acid.
Okay, and then the next highest
will be retinal.
Retinal with an AL.
AL.
Okay, and then retinol is the lowest.
Okay, is the lowest.
Love this.
Yeah.
Okay, super simple. I thought it was like this whole convoluted, complicated situation, but now that helps so much.
Yeah, and it really just comes down to what your skin likes, how it can tolerate the different percentages, and really at the end of the day too, like what your provider likes. It just kind of depends on what they see as being the most effective form of it. I mean, retinoids as a topic are just, there's so many different varieties out there. Like we've got, I think, 2 or 3 different ones on our shelves here. There are some that are blended with alpha hydroxys. And what that's going to do is the alpha hydroxy is going to help to kind of polish that top layer of your skin, allowing that retinoid to get deeper into the tissue.
I like that.
Right? There are some that are just straight retinol. There are some that are straight retinal, right? So it's just, there are different blends, there are different formulas out there, and it all really comes down to what's best suited for your skin, its needs, its conditions, and that's really where we come in, right?
Okay, so with all of these different benefits, I mean, like you just said, it kind of corrects almost every skin concern. Are there any people who shouldn't be on this ingredient?
I mean, I hesitate to say like one specific type of person shouldn't be on it, because I do feel like there is a vitamin A or a retinoid out there that is good for everybody. So if you've tried one and you're like, oh my God, my skin can't handle it, it doesn't mean there isn't one out there for you. It's just about finding the right formula, right? It all comes down to the formula. What I will say though is people with like an impaired barrier, so people with dry skin, flaky, irritated, rosacea, eczema prone skin types, it's not that they can't be on it, you just might have to start slow. And there's different ways of introducing that vitamin A into your skin. So there's something called like sandwiching that sometimes works, where you put the moisturizer, the retinoid, the moisturizer, just to kind of like slowly deliver the products in. It works for some people. It's just a way to kind of slowly introduce the ingredient without freaking out the skin right away. So it's just about like starting slow, making sure you're not overly stimulating right away. But then eventually, honestly, I think just about everybody can use a retinoid. It's just about finding the right one. It took me a long time to find one that worked for me.
Interesting. Yeah. And what did you kind of like test out to decide which one was right for you?
Okay, so like one of the first ones I tried because I was nervous and I was still like young in the industry was this over-the-counter one that was meant for sensitized skin, people who just are a little bit more delicate, right? More delicate skin types. And I used it and I didn't feel like it really did much of anything for my skin, but I didn't have a reaction, which is where I thought, okay, then I can use a vitamin A. This one's just not the right one. And then I tried another one that we actually have on our shelves, and it just went to town on my skin. Like I had little like histamine like bumps all over my face. I was red, I was dry, like true retinoid reaction. And I even went slow with it. And even still, it just wasn't the right molecule for me. And then I landed on another one that we have on our shelves, and that is the only one that I've been able to use consistently, and I have been for like the last 6 years.
Oh my gosh, amazing.
And it has really done a good thing for my face, right? Like it's kept it hydrated, it's kept it exfoliated, it's kept it intact, because like I said, vitamin A can do all of the things that we talked about, the lines, the wrinkles, the pigment, but the most important thing that vitamin A does is it regulates the cell. So it allows our cells to behave at its highest efficiency to make sure it is always producing the right amount of collagen, always producing the right amount of elastin. Like we're really just regulating the cells, and the communication is a little bit more clear.
Okay, so when we talk about like your skin freaking out after trying it, I feel like something I hear online at least, people saying that they get a lot of breakouts or what they call purging after trying these kinds of products. What causes that? And if you break out the first time you try it, does that mean that you need to stop using it?
No. So there's always this like getting to know you phase when it comes to products, right? And usually it lasts anywhere from 2 to 4 weeks depending on what we're using. So a purge or a breakout after introducing a retinoid is very normal. Doesn't mean you can't use it. When we want to switch it up is if you're getting like I had like a histamine type response, like just these little tiny bumps. My skin was itchy. It was very clearly irritated. Breakouts are caused because vitamin A, in order to affect the texture, it exfoliates. And so what's happening is it's turning over the skin cycle faster than it normally would. So it's kind of cleaning out the underlying layers of your skin, bringing everything up and out. And generally, once it's up and out, it's up and out.
Okay, that's it.
You should be good. But the biggest thing to remember is if you have acne, you're always going to have acne. We're just going to be able to kind of keep it regulated.
Manage it.
Yeah.
Okay. So how long should somebody stick with this product?
Yeah. So when I'm introducing a retinoid to somebody, I always have them start slow. So for the first 2 weeks, they're only using it twice a week at night only with like a day or two between. Then that third week, they add in a third day. And I tend to leave them at 3 times a week for about 3 weeks, honestly. And then as long as their skin is tolerating it, then they can add it another night and then another night, eventually working up to every single night.
Wow.
When you move slowly like that, you generally are able to bypass that purge. You're generally not going to have as much of that irritation. I say generally because everybody's skin is so different,
everyone's different.
But you want to make sure that they're at least pushing through, I would say, that first month.
Okay. So summertime, we're in the middle of summer right now, and a lot of people tend to switch up their skincare routines or what treatments they're doing in the summertime for fear that they are going to ruin their skin or cause a negative reaction. Is that the case with retinoids? Do you have to stop during the summer?
You don't. If you are smart about your skincare, more importantly, smart about your sun care, then you will be completely fine. Retinoids are only used at night.
Right.
You don't use them during the day because they can have a little bit of photosensitivity to it. And so by adding a retinoid on your skin during the day, you go out in the sun, that can cause post-inflammatory hyperpigmentation or redness and just kind of cause a reaction that nobody is wanting, right? So when you use them that night, in the morning, you just have to protect your skin. You have to wash it off. You got to put your sunscreen on, use your vitamin C, like use all these things to protect your skin and you'll be totally fine.
That's fine.
Now, If you are somebody in the summer who says all bets are off, I'm going to lay out every single day. I'm not going to protect my skin. I don't care. I want to be tan. Do not use a retinoid in the summer. Yeah. But if you're smart, and I always say, like, practicing safe sun,
I love
you'll
that.
be fine, right? Like, as long as you're doing that, you're okay. There's no reason to stop. Just stop before some treatments like your provider will tell you.
Well, thank you so much, Ashley, for joining us and for all of your insight. As you know, before we let you go, we like to ask you for a little tidbit or a piece of advice, a motto, a saying for our audience. What would yours be for today?
I mean, I feel like I just said it. Practice safe sun. Be smart about it. Use your sunscreen. Use it with your retinoid at night, and you're going to be on your way to happy, healthy, glowing skin.
Love it. Thank you, Ashley. And thank you all so much for watching. If there are any topics you want us to chat about next, leave them in the comments and we will do an episode for you. In the meantime, though, make sure that you follow, like, subscribe, all the things, and we'll see you next time on Meet the Experts. Bye.